Hey guys, I am going to tell you my recent miscarriage story, how I was feeling physically, emotionally. I've been going back and forth whether or not I was going to tell the story, but I've had quite a few people asking me to share it, so I thought I would. So this is my story.
Long's cold, but I'm ready to go. I'm not old, but I'm weathered more than you know. I let go. We run, we go to places we've never been. Cross rivers, right avalanches.
So me and Chris have 5 children together. I have 2 stepsons and then 3 biological children, and they are all beautiful blessings. And after Parker, which was our last child, we're like, we're not going to have any more. And then I'm like, I want one more. And then after really thinking about it, sitting down and thinking about it, not just jumping into something, I had decided no more kids. And I had gotten pregnant and I miscarried, and it was upsetting, but I moved on, and that was when, after that miscarriage, I was like, no, definitely not, no more. So fast forward about a month later, we had gone on vacation, and at this point we had decided when we got back from vacation, Chris was going to call the doctor and set up a vasectomy. And but when we got back, about 2 days later, I had to head to Chicago because my aunt had cancer and she was declining really fast, and we wanted to say goodbye. So I headed out, and while I was in Chicago, I had felt nausea and stuff, but it really didn't. I thought I was just stressed out. And it was a week before my period, so nothing clicked. I wasn't like, oh, I'm pregnant. In fact, it was the opposite. There's no possible way. We were careful. We didn't do anything while I was fertile, so I knew I was in the clear. But talking with my family, I don't know, something told me you need to test. And I was like, but that's just weird to test a week before your period's even due. There's no way it would come out positive. And I got back to my hotel room. I had a pregnancy test, and I was really thinking I was really stupid for even testing. I'm like, this is just so stupid to even test, because 1, I'm a week early. 2, I've been peeing all day, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. There's no way it's gonna come out positive. It came out positive. It came out dark, it came out fast, and I was just really shocked that it had come out as strong as it did. I was in complete shock. I was kind of upset about it because we had said we weren't going to have any, and then we have 2 boys that are a year apart, 12 months and 4 days, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I started freaking out a little bit. I started getting really nauseated around 5 weeks pregnant, and it was hard for me to handle it, but I got through it. Around 6 weeks pregnant, I did go and get it confirmed that I was pregnant, and around 6 weeks pregnant, I just started feeling like I didn't feel pregnant. I didn't. I was like, I just don't feel pregnant. I kept telling everybody that. And then nausea started going away, and I would check my body for different things, and it wasn't there, and I'm like, I didn't feel pregnant. And so when my 10-week appointment came, me and Chris went in, and you can usually hear a heartbeat around that time. And my doctor was training somebody at the time, and it came as a surprise. She's like, well, let's go get an ultrasound. She didn't even check for a heartbeat or anything. It came as a surprise that she wanted to do an ultrasound, and I don't know, I was very nervous. I recorded the ultrasound because I was vlogging, and I ended up not putting that clip in my vlog. And if I can find it, I'll put it in here and tell you what's going on. So we get to the ultrasound room, and the doctor had told me that she won't be able to tell me how far along I am or anything like that because she doesn't really know. So we get in there, and she starts looking around, and she's looking like, you know, it just doesn't look normal. I was looking for the baby. I know what a baby should look like at 10 weeks pregnant. And she's like, I don't know, you're probably going to have to come back tomorrow. You might need a vaginal ultrasound, and we might need an actual technician. But she's like, but if you see here, and I had thought I saw 2 sacs, but I wasn't sure. And she's like, if you see here, there's 2 sacs. And I had turned and looked at Chris like, oh my gosh, we're pregnant with twins. And I mean, I was half worried that something was wrong, but at the same time, I was like, well, she doesn't really know what she's doing with the ultrasound. She's just looking for the babies. And I mean, she even said she didn't know too much. So she had set up an appointment for me to come in the next day for the ultrasound technician to actually do a vaginal ultrasound. And I had vlogged the day I went in, and I had said that I was really scared. I was nervous. I didn't have a good feeling about it. And Chris didn't come with me this time, and I went in, and she gave me an ultrasound, and there was only, I'm shaking, I'm sorry guys. At this point, there was only 1 sac, and the other baby had stopped developing at 6 weeks. It was really hard for me. I went and talked to the doctor. She said one of the bags had collapsed, but it was definitely twins, and that she was sorry, and that she wanted me to try and miscarry naturally. She didn't want to do a D&C. So I don't like crying in front of people, so it was really hard to keep in. She hugged me, and as soon as I got out to my van, I just had a meltdown. After a few hours, I started to process the information. I had told Chris, and Chris was crying, and I was just, I had come to the point that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I started to get okay with it, and I thought I was okay. So it took a really big toll on me, and I just, with my aunt dying and going through the loss, I kind of spiraled into depression. I just now got back to normal, to where I'm having normal days, and it was the longest miscarriage ever. It was a never-ending miscarriage, and it took a toll on me. I don't know if any of you can relate. If you can, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. My recommendation is, I didn't do this, and I think if you go through something like this, you should definitely go and get some counseling, because it is so emotionally draining that you can seriously spiral into depression really fast. I was lucky that I had a good enough support system to get me back on track. It was really hard, but we got there. And I would never wish it on my worst enemy, what happened. It was really hard. But if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, or you can email me at my fan page on Facebook. All the links will be down below, and I will be more than willing and open to talk to you about your miscarriage, or if you just need someone to talk to. I'm here. My baby is crying. I have to go. But that is my miscarriage story, and I don't know if you guys have gained any kind of information or anything about it, but definitely if you even feel like anything is wrong, you should definitely see your doctor. If you think that it's just going too long, see your doctor, because something could be going wrong. And I just follow your gut. I'm going to go for now. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I do put out vlogs and other videos every single day. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Places we don't know.